So always make 2 CVs. The first one is very small, crisp, 2 pages. Photos are not needed, but of course provide your LinkedIn and Zing ID. But I will say 80 to 90 is the bracket that they can expect. Okay. You won't believe I have gotten a job from LinkedIn recommendation who never knew me.
Really? Alright guys, so welcome back once again. If you're somebody new to my channel, my name is Nikhilesh and I live here in Berlin, here with my friend. Stayed here for last 6 years. She is a SAP consultant. I'm interested to know from you, I'm sure. Have you interviewed people in your career here in Germany? No?
No, never.
But if you were to interview now that you have seen enough, I'm sure you gave an interview for a job where you're working.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? If you get a chance to interview somebody who's coming on an opportunity
you asked
card.
if I have interviewed anyone. Yeah, of course. In my current company, yes.
Oh, perfect then. There are a lot of people who may be coming on opportunity card, and I understand that it depends on the profile and what job posting they are applying to. And I don't mean technical questions, but what questions you might ask people to get them interested in the office.
We get a CV and everything, so we know pretty much, like what are their experiences, technical experience. So the normal procedure is the first interview. Nobody talks about technical questions. They ask about who are you, where you are from, what are your likings, how do you learn things, what are your ways of learning. That's very important question that I ask everyone. That how do you want to learn? Do you need basically training or like what do you call Schulung in German? So you want that, or you are self-motivated to learn, or stuff like that. That is very important. It shows like how eager you are to learn and adapt in a situation. That is one thing. Another question we always ask is, what is a very difficult project that you've worked with? And that we don't mean technical. We don't mean technical. We want to know what are the difficult situations we were in. And of course, I also get asked when I interviewed for. So it's not only always I ask, I also get asked these questions. Basically, like what was the complicated or like a critical situation I faced and how did I overcome it? It's better to say nothing technical, rather to say something that you did above and beyond, which was not part of your job description, but you went above and beyond your responsibilities and you did something. Please don't mention late night, I did late night or something overtime. Don't mention that, but rather show your strength and capabilities, like something you did, some communication skills or some responsibilities, organizational responsibilities that you took that helped you in the project, like, in terms of deliverables. These terms are very important, like deliverables on project timeline and stuff like that. That is one of those things. And also I get asked very quite often that what is a really successful project or like a successful timeline that I delivered in. So in that case also it's equally important not to mention technical things, because technical things are already highlighted in your CV, so we should not go there. Rather we should tell that this was my strength and I did this and I did this, and there was a situation, you have to demonstrate a situation like where you were really challenged and you came out really well. So that shows your strength and how you evaluate yourself. So basically what they want to understand is how you evaluate yourself. They cannot evaluate you in a 1-hour interview. So they just want to understand how confident you are and how you evaluate yourself in a situation like that. So yeah, these are a few questions. But then of course there are things like in my interviews I was asked what is my favorite food, and then you can mention that as well, because people love Indian food, and there are a lot of people who are very knowledgeable about Indian food. So never be afraid that to tell that you're from India. Always be proud. I really clicked in my last company, in my current company. I clicked with my interviewer very much because he loved Indian food. He's a British guy. He was from UK, and he was really happy. I was talking with him for food, almost 10 minutes. So yeah.
Okay, I just walk up to you. I've just got to know you. I've come on an opportunity card. My question is, how and where do I start looking for a job? Because a lot of opportunity card holders I know, they've kept a lot of things in life at stake to come this far.
That's true.
Right? A lot of these people who are taking opportunity card, they have a well-settled, well-to-do job back home. They are married, they have kids, they have good earnings. All of that is there. You would agree, right?
Yeah,
like
of course,
in today's time, India is doing really good.
Really good, really good.
Right?
Yeah.
But still, there are people, for whatever reason, they've chosen to be here now in Germany. I come up to you and say, hey, I'm an IT professional. I want to start my job search here. What's your advice? What's my ABCD into this process?
First thing is you have to maintain your profile in LinkedIn, Zing, Indeed, and all other job portals,
When you say maintain means, are you
Maintain
asking me
means
to buy a premium?
not premium. You don't need to. I never have a premium. I never had premium. Just you need to maintain your profile in a way that it looks professional and all your professional qualifications are highlighted there. That is very important. If someone visits your profile, it should be visible that you are a professional person and all your credentials are there. That is the most important
So
thing.
that's the first point.
That's the first point, and that has to be happen in all the portals that run in Germany, like Indeed, LinkedIn, and Zing, especially Zing, because in Germany they use Zing a lot. I never knew what is Zing before I came to Germany, but yes.
XING.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly.
Okay.
So that is very important. Second thing I will suggest is build your networking. Because
thing.
yes, the third thing, yes,
Yeah.
of course, build your network because
How do I do that?
yes, that is a very good question actually. Like how I do it is since I work in SAP and I follow a lot of hashtags, lot of topics in LinkedIn.
So tell me, because I've just arrived, right?
Yes.
It's my first day in Germany.
Yes.
How do I go about?
You just go and search on LinkedIn like what are the topics people are talking about in your technology. Then you will see where are these people from. You will see people are from US, people are from Europe. You will always find people are from Europe. And once you find these people from Europe, you can have a good idea like what are these people? Who are these people? You will very well get to see the content creators in LinkedIn are almost all in working in top positions in big companies in Europe. So you won't believe I have gotten a job from LinkedIn recommendation who never knew me.
Really?
Yes, that person never knew me. I approached him because I was aiming for the company and I approached him. I told him, yeah, I see an open position in your company. Do you happen to by any chance? Of course, in a person's profile, you get to see which company they're working. Of course, not always like which position they're working in. But yeah, I just went to him and I asked him, I see there is an open position for this. And is there a referral that you can do for me? So he said, yes, of course I can do it. He was a very nice person and he was a really, really amazing person. I got really lucky. But yeah, that's how I got it. So you have to build your network. The more people because it's a foreign country. It's the same thing we do in India also. In India, like after like I have now 12 years of experience. But if I look back, all my friends are in like all the big IT or tech companies in India. So if I have to go back ever in India and I have to find a job there, so I will basically go to my friends. Do you have a job for me? So that is how it works. It's always works. So and people are really, really, they're really genuine and good people because referral also comes with a lot of incentives for people who does refer you. So it's a two-way thing, you know. So people are good and friendly and they will just ask you for your CV. You send the CV and if there is a referral that works in the company and then that actually helps you getting the interview much better than if you go and above and to apply from any of these portals. Right. Sometimes also you can directly in the job postings you can see the HRs, the name and the email IDs of the HR. So it's also I will recommend that to go directly approach the HRs like hi ABC, I saw this job, is there an opening and stuff like that. That is my
Go-to strategy.
Go-to strategy. That has always worked for me.
So it's the network.
Yes. It's a proper profile maintenance in the LinkedIn, Zing, and everywhere. Yeah. It's the network. Third thing, which is actually, I want to say one thing very important is the CV. The way we make our CV is very important. It's a very different what we do in India and what we do in Germany. So here the CVs I have normally it's max 2 pages CV and it has to be very crisp and very concrete. It's not like you can write your every project detail and every 10 lines of detail in your CV. Of course, there are companies where people ask for your detailed CV. Like from my experience, they always ask for my detailed CV because that gives them an idea that what kind of role I have done in the projects. That is also possible. So always make 2 CVs, which is really big. And the first one is very small, crisp, 2 pages. Photos are not needed, but of course provide your LinkedIn and Zing ID. Never mention any other social media. That's not required. And also step by step and highlight all your strengths and things, and also mention that which language you are proficient in. That is very important. And all your visa status, of course. That's how I do my CVs. And the second one is in a detailed CVs, like where you can actually give you, if you're like 10 or 12 years of experience or like 5 years or 2 years experience, you give your work experience, you put a step by step, like which project you worked for first year, which project you worked on second year, and how do you work, what is your skill set, what did you gain and what did you learn from it. Mention all the technical terms, and of course make it in German. It doesn't matter if you know German or not, but if you really want to get an interview, you have to make your CV in German, because a lot of the English CVs will just get rejected at the first place. And then you practice your German, how to introduce yourself, how to talk about you. I will say, see, I when I did my first German interview, I was not good. I was not good. I was studying. I completed till B2, but my speaking was not very good. But I still went ahead with it, and I just did it anyways, And I think that impressed them very much, because that showed them that I have a big eagerness to learn German and integrate in the society and also in the company where you're gonna work with a lot of German people. But if you're lucky, you will always also get a job in English. That's very nice. So make two versions, one German version and one English version. So I have 4 CVs, two small CVs, two big CVs, and according to the job description that I apply for, I prepare cover letters. So not all the jobs will come with exact your profile or exact the requirements that you are proficient in. So you have to tweak your cover letters a little bit according to the job description. These are all for online application when you send out your application. And also last bit, I will say, never do an easy apply in LinkedIn. That never works.
Okay. 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 How does this whole salary negotiation works in Germany in your experience? So imagine there'll be a lot of seasoned working professionals, I have to say.
Yes.
More than 10 years probably. They're coming here now looking for an opportunity, right? Their salaries were fairly good in India. How much can one expect? I know it depends on the profile, city, and you'll keep on saying like all the other factors. Just throw a number now. Give me a bracket. 10 years experience.
Yeah, I can
In
say,
IT.
yeah, 10 years experience in IT at this moment probably will be given.
Any city, including Munich, by the way.
Yeah, that I cannot do, because Munich is completely different ball game. There is different parks and the salaries are completely different there. But one thing is very common, that everyone who is coming for the first time, depending on the visa status, because they haven't worked in Germany, so they tend to put people in a bracket. Yeah. That is what I have experienced, because they know also. So this is their first time in Germany, so you can milk the cow. Yeah. So they put like a 10 years experience will be around 80 to 90. 90 will be very higher side, I will say.
Yeah.
But that too also have to, depending on how lucky you are and what profile you have. But I will say 80 to 90 is the bracket that they can expect.
Okay. I mean, 80 to 90,000 euros, I think it's a fair salary to ask.
It's a fair salary to ask. But of course, there will be a lot of negotiations, because in Germany, it depends on companies, what kind of company you are interviewing for. There's some companies which as Betriebsrat, which we call German Work Council, there will be situations where you will not be offered a really big salary. So there it goes down around 75 to 80, because it's a work council. So if you get a contract like that, and you cannot suddenly have a really high salary coming from outside, because in the work council, if you have a contract, it's a Arbeitsvertrag, we call it in German. If it's a Tarifvertrag, we call it. So then your salary has to be according to the experiences that people in your company are getting. You cannot earn higher than that. So salary negotiation is a big point in the jobs. But yeah, sometimes people want to compromise a little bit, because they're coming for the first time. Always you have to find a win-win situation for you.
But I've seen people like getting desperate as well, right? So after few interviews, they get to a point in their head, they're like, "ठीक है यार, कुछ भी दे दो" types, right? I don't think so that logic really works. If you're somebody with lot of experience, and if you're ready to settle down at any salary, that I'm dead sure, at least in my field where I come from, we would not hire such people. One, legally it's not allowed to do that, and second, we are not sure कि अभी तक तुम थोड़ी देर पहले या 4 दिन पहले तक 70 मांग रहे थे, अब आप 55 पे उतर आए हो.
That's true. Like, it proves about the integrity of a person. You just cannot go from 70 to 55. So basically you have to keep a buffer for yourself also. A lower side buffer, so that you know how low you can go. Sometimes people get desperate, I understand that. So in a desperate situation, if you're really desperate, before the interview you know you're desperate or not, so then quote accordingly, I will say. Don't quote 90 and then you get really desperate and then you really want this job and then come down to 80. Don't give that much buffer. So if you're really feeling like, no, I need this job, I really need it right now at this moment, so then quote maybe 85, so that you can come down to 80, because they will always give you less. They will always quote you less. That is the part of the negotiation. That's what I do. From my experience, I can say you always have to quote a little more, and never tell them what is your current salary is. That's not legally. No one is supposed to. People ask. A lot of people ask. Even headhunters who call me, they just bluntly asks like, "What is your current salary?" I say a number, but I never give them the exact number. It should not be given because nobody should know what is your current salary.
Last advice do you have for all the job seekers who are watching us now?
First thing, I will wish all the best to everyone who is coming here. Prepare yourself, prepare your network, make a network even before coming from India. From India also you can build your network. Network is everywhere. So that is very important, and be strong. Never back down. You will always find a job, but never settle for less.
One last advice I can give you is I feel like the moment you land here, have a plan in place, have a job tracker in place so that you know exactly if you're ready to apply for 500 to 1,000 jobs.
Yes.
You know who you are applying to, and then all of a sudden one day somebody calls you and you're like, sorry, who are you?
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
That's true.
That
That's
happens
true.
a lot.
Of course.
That happens with all of us.
Of course. Also, one more thing I would like to add is always ask for feedback. In Germany, a lot of people don't get feedbacks, but if you really nicely ask, even if you are like rejected, always ask for feedback. That gives you an idea like why didn't. Sometimes people will not they will not reply to you, but sometimes people do, and they will let you know where you can improve. Take every interview or take every opportunity as an improvement point for yourself, and you have got to learn something. Even if you don't get the job or not, doesn't matter. You will definitely get to learn something.
I think that's a good ending to have. Thank you so much for coming. And please
pleasure.
make sure that you check the description of this video. I'll leave some important links there for you. And if you're a job seeker, well, if you have already made this step towards Germany, just come here. Hopefully by January, February onwards, markets will reopen again.
Yes.
Because we're
The
almost
holiday
nearing
season
the
starts.
vacation now, Christmas vacation. All the best to you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.